Oh, yeah. So in the bigger picture, we do look at the New Age and the UFOs as these religions. And I'd like to know what you think maybe behind the bigger picture of that. What's pushing it?
I think that the whole New World Order thing is right. I think there is a group of people and none of us know who they are. We don't know their names or much about them, but they really are in control of everything that goes on in the world.
Do you feel like this is a spiritual war? Like Thomas Sheridan would say, it's between the dimensions.
Yes, 100%. So they said that this was the time of the Kali Yuga, and it was a time of darkness with evil being venerated and good people being hunted down in the street like animals.
There is a very popular video game that's going on right now. It's viral. And I wonder if it comes from your tradition or, they're making fun of your tradition, basically. It's called Baldur's Gate. Do we know
Okay.
about Baldur?
I know about Baldur. I'm not sure about the computer game.
Tell us about Baldur so the Baldur's Gate kids can learn. Thank you.
Oh, well, Baldur was said to be the most beautiful god. He had a beautiful face. His soul was beautiful, and he was kind of this embodiment of shining light, or the sun. And Loki, the trickster, somehow managed to kill him. And there was this great mourning for Baldur. And he is a god that people who are Nordic polytheists will honor. But you'll have to tell me about the computer game, because one thing they've done is really make Loki this kind of glamorous figure
They would,
where,
because he is the trickster and that's who they are. So they're glamorizing
yeah,
themselves, right?
yeah, they are. And most authentic uh Nordic polytheists would not even mention his name. They would never give offerings to him or raise a glass to
To
him
Loki.
because, yeah, because he essentially brought down in the mythology, he causes Ragnarok and the death of the gods.
Now you
So
equate
it's,
Ragnarok with the Kali Yuga, yes?
yes,
Amazing. I didn't
yeah,
know that till I heard you say it because all of these comic book films, they're so Nordic. They're,
yeah,
they're stealing your tradition and remaking it over.
yes, yeah, that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to subvert it. But yeah, Ragnarok is simply the Kali Yuga. It all, they both describe the same thing, the age of lies, of dispute and discord and degeneracy. And they both describe this kind of spiritual battle. There's a huge war, and then eventually the world goes back to the golden age of enlightenment. So they both are Indo-European belief systems. The Hinduism and of course Nordic polytheism, they both describe something similar with regional differences.
Truth. That's right. Because it's the truth. It's just got flavors on it. There's more spice in India. So
Yeah.
Baldur's Gate 3 says an ancient evil has returned to Baldur's Gate, intent on devouring it from the inside out. The fate of Theron lies in your hands alone. You may resist.
Hmm.
So it's supposed to be based on actually D&D, Dungeons and Dragons. Thank you so much for telling us about the mythology, because I bet you none of those kids know.
Probably not, and I would encourage them to do so. In particular, if that interests you, then look up the Havamal or any of the Eddas, which are Scandinavian texts, and they're preserved, so they have some really good stories in them, and those are kind of the authentic. It's the authentic knowledge rather than a computer game. It was really like that TV show Vikings, which was
Yes.
a really good show. It was very entertaining, but it wasn't historically accurate. even the name Baldur might ring a little bell in someone's head and lead them to an authentic path.
I don't think that that's what the New World Order doesn't quite realize, is that we can be reminded that we can be just one sacred word, one sacred name can bring it all back, because they're out there trying to twist it to their advantage and take the gods and the gods' energy and invert it, just like they've done with paganism is Satanism, you know. So they make a
Yeah.
devil out of the good things, and it's totally twisted and backwards, right? And we all know that
Yeah.
here.